Hey, it's Rachel from All About Planners. In this video I'm doing a review of the Blue Sky Personalised Weekly Planner. So I've previously done reviews of their collabs with Dabney Lee and Day Design, and I really like those, so I decided I was going to get the personalised one, which you can get direct from their website. It's not a sponsored video, I just really like the company. They always have cute, affordable planners, so I opted to get a personalised one this time. So you can choose from a couple of different sizes. I opted for what I would call a medium size, which is approximately 7.5 inches wide. This is the cover. The pages extend, the cover extends beyond the pages a little bit, as you can see, to protect the tabs, by about 9 inches high, so around about the usual size for a medium planner. It has the coil binding. It is about, I'd say, 1.5 centimeters thick. Feels very light because it does just have a like a pattern cover, which is kind of like cardstock. Feels like smooth cardstock though, with the frosted cover to protect it. So it is quite lightweight, which is great. You can choose what cover design. I opted for this cool one, which kind of looks like paint drops with water splotches. Thought it was something different and unique, and I do really like how it turned out. Colors printing is really nice, and got my name on the cover as well. So inside it has different colors for each quarter, which kind of reminds me of the plum paper with the color scheme. Overall, I would say that there is quite a lot of comparisons that I'll be making with plum paper, because the color scheme, the layout, the fonts, everything looks quite similar between the two planners. Both are really good, and I do recommend both of them. So let's have a closer look. So it starts off with the yearly calendar for the current year, and then next year starts on a Sunday. You've got the quick reference information page. Probably wouldn't get much use out of it, but it's there if you want it. Some planners still include it. I personally don't bother with it. Holidays for quite a few years in advance. This is a US company, so it does have US planner, US dates printed on the planner. Contacts page, if you don't use your phone. You could repurpose these pages for lists, because it's already got a column drawn. It would be really good if you widened it out and just did 2 big to-do lists, or you could do some more annual planning as well. You could always just repurpose the pages if you don't need any contacts pages. So for each month you get the usual 2-page monthly calendar. However, this one has quite a major difference in my opinion, which makes it heaps better. It has lined writing space. So all of the Blue Sky planners that I've ever gotten have always had lined writing space. Not many planners do that. I really wish they did, because otherwise my writing gets super messy and gross, but if I have lines it keeps it neat. So really definitely a major pro for this planner. Really like it. Starts on a Sunday, which is consistent with that little annual overview calendar I showed you before. Remember US holidays, so it's got the US holidays printed. It is really small font though, so it's not really wasting space. You've still got plenty of room to write in the box. It's not jumbo font. You've got dates at a glance for the previous month and the next month, as well as a lined notes sidebar. So really nice, functional calendar. Got a little pop of color as well. Really like it. Probably one of my all-time favorite monthly calendars. So if I just skip to another one, just want to check if it's going to combine date boxes. If you've seen any of my other planner reviews, you'll know what I'm looking for. I just want to see if they combine the boxes rather than restarting the numbering, which it does not appear to be doing. So not too bad so far. No, it doesn't seem to be combining any of them. Ah, okay, it does do it. Damn it, spoke too soon. Okay, so it does combine the box rather than just restarting it, so I would just white out that line and the number and restart the numbering up the top here. So this would become the 31st, and then you get a full box for each day of the month. You do still have all this space up here, which you could use for notes as well when that happens. So I do still think it's a functional calendar. You could just modify it and make it even better. Okay, so the weekly spread. You've got a couple of options to choose from on their website. I opted for the horizontal days of the week on one page, and then lined notes and checklist on the other. This kind of layout is my all-time favorite. Absolutely love horizontal days, one page, and then open-ended space on the other side, especially if there's a checklist on it. I find it super functional. I'm not someone that uses their planner at work. I have a separate planning system for that, so I really only need this for home personal, so really only evening. And I also use it for blog planning, so I don't need a lot of space on the weekly, hence why one page is enough for me. And horizontal, nice big lines. I don't have to bunch things up really small. With vertical, I find it's just like you're always going like that, and you can't really fit much because you can only write a couple of words in each column, whereas this you've got lots of space, and it's so roomy that you could probably rule a line in half and do 2 sections. Like if you did use your planner for work, you go work, personal, whatever you wanted to do. And it does have those US holidays pre-printed again on the weekly. The Saturday and Sunday are combined though, rather than having its own entire space for the week, so I suppose that would be a con. And I feel like if they just fixed the margins, if they bumped the title up a bit, you could squeeze in a full box for each day, like an even size for each box. So I do think that's a little bit of a design flaw, but otherwise I really like it. And then on the right page, it's got a weekly to-do list, line writing space, and then an ideas and notes section. So many lines that you could do whatever you like with. You could rule it in half. You could add a meal planning section over here, routine, cleaning, weekly recurring tasks, or those one-off things that you do like every couple of days. Add in a habit tracker, just a very open-ended layout you can customize however you like. So let's have a look at some of the other colors. Quite like the pink. It's like a little bit of color just right. Like you've got a little bit of color but not too much. And you could still add your own stickers and not worry about it clashing with the colors of the planner. So one of the reasons I really do not like the Erin Condren anymore is, well, I didn't really like it to begin with, is because it has really ugly color schemes. Like for a while it had a gold and green, which is the most revolting color scheme ever. And any stickers that you would put with it would just look terrible. So at least these colors, you can sort of combine them with other ones. Like this would look good with, you know, like green and with blue. With you've got multiple options basically. So if you do want to do sticker decorating, go right ahead. So at the back of the planner, after all of these weeklies, we go to the weekly menu, which has this little sidebar thing here to help you find it easier because there's no separate tab for it. You've got space for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Starts on a Monday, which is consistent with the weekly spread. And then you've got your shopping list as well. It is tear outable, or tear, whatever you want to call it. You can, you know, pull it out. However, it's double-sided, so you'd have to have the current week and next week. So I do think that's a bit of a design flaw. You do get extra because it's double-sided printing, but then if you tear it out and throw it away, well, then you kind of lost the other half. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And after the weekly menu section, there is the daily planning. So 1 page per day. If you find that you've got a couple of days throughout the year where you're extra busy and you want just one whole detailed daily planning page, this would be it. So the schedule goes from 7 AM until 7 PM. However, it is quite roomy. So this is one of the roomiest schedule sections I've seen in a planner. So if you wanted to, you could always just draw a line and have 9 to 9:30 and then 9:30 to 10. You get the idea. You could do a line down the middle as well, although you might get a bit squishy for space. Over on the right, you've got a top priorities column and a to-do list. The line spacing is closer together than the weekly, if you see that there. Quite a difference in the line spacing. I do think the bigger line spacing is better, so just keep that in mind if you have big handwriting. Might not be ideal. And you've got a note section and then water tracker. Now, like with the weekly menu pages, it is that like perforated where you can tear it out if you want to, and it's got this purple bar on the side so you can find it easier. And then lastly, we have these notes pages. So use these however you like. You could put your class subject and then the date, and then you've got the typical like a school notebook ruled layout, lined. You could also use these for project planning, to-do list, so many different options. And the line spacing reverts back to the bigger size, similar to the, I can't really show it, but similar to the weekly and the monthly, rather than that small daily line spacing. I will be doing a pen test, so if you want to see how well the paper stands up to ghosting and bleed through of gel pens, fine tip, ballpoint, etc., the link to that will be in the description box below, which will link to the post on my blog for that. So I hope you found this review helpful. I do quite like the planner, really nice layout, functional, nice colors. I would recommend it and I would buy again. So I hope you found this review helpful, and don't forget to subscribe, the button is below. I do usually post a new planner review video once or twice each week. See you in the next one.